to get that community and to get all his potential back, and to be able to be a leader, not just exist in society, because the VA will do that for you, but to be a true leader and to have their full potential, and perhaps more, to have people. So Sentinel's just uniquely positioned to do it. When I was sitting with him in a park in DC, I was meeting him, and we were going to have dinner at the Army-Navy Club. And while I was there, I spoke before about how Marines, and I'm sure soldiers, I got to tell you, they can. You know, there's no mountain high enough. You know, they just look at that, and that's their life. Every day they get up and they go out and they patrol in a combat zone, and it's the worst kind, the worst military hospital with no legs. And what happened to their potential? What happened to everything that they could have done in life? And who did they give that potential to? They gave it to us communally. And now I'm not proselytizing for the Veterans Administration and saying we need to spend more money on that or anything. Like, we do what we can and we spend what we can. I'll let other people figure that out. And everyone says I want to support the troops. Well, the troops that most need our support are the ones that have had that long and fulfilled life shortened or taken away from the fulfilled part of it, taken away from them potentially. So when I ask people, when I talk about this, is to think about when you get up in the morning, what would you do if you had no legs? When you need to tell someone that you want eggs, what happens if your brain injury, which lets you function otherwise, disallows talking about food or certain sections of your memory? You know, Howard interviews every single one of them down at Bethesda or Walter Reed and finds the right one. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm hiking to take that one person. I had potential, and mine wasn't taken away. I was in Desert Storm. We didn't invade Iraq. We left. I'm not making a political comment on whether that was right or wrong, but I didn't have to face it. When I went to Yugoslavia, I didn't have to face the long-term costs from the Marines, and I never went in and I never had it taken care of. And I finally did in 2009. It was 13 months. I took my hearing due. I am doing this. I'm trying to fund one life scholarship. This organization, Sentinels of Freedom, and the Marine in me likes them because they're elite. They don't make out care packages and send them to 1,000 people. They don't take a guy skiing for the weekend in a specially built cart for people with no legs. You know, they don't do things like that for a bunch of people. They've helped dozens. What they do is they take that person and they tailor a community around them to suit their needs. So if they have a traumatic brain injury, they make sure part of the community they built for them has someone who specializes in that kind of therapy. So this guy doesn't have to worry about staying on line or going through it. It's all short. It's all done very quickly. If he can drive or she can drive, they get them a vehicle that they can drive. If they can't, they get their caregiver a vehicle that can help. Car dealers are usually right there. I mean, usually the car is the easiest thing. College is paid for because severely wounded veterans get a free ride. But the problem is, go to college. I mean, many of you have degrees, go to college without legs, or without being able to talk about food, or without being able to hold a pencil or type on a keyboard except with prosthetics, right? So for instance, there's a guy with no hands, just no hands, that but that's his disability, and they've hooked up with GDIT, General Dynamics Information Technology, and a specific person there who's on her spare time is developing voice software to take, and they've developed this one-of-a-kind hybrid unit